Peace, divine ones. It is I, Omena L, aka the Water Blue Goddess, aka the Holistic Alchemist. And let me tell you, I am coming really quickly with some insight that I want to share. And sometimes I'm long winded, but bear with me, okay? First thing is your tribe is so important. And why they are so important is because they emanate the same kind of energy and the same kind of mindset that you emanate and have. And you want to know that in order for life to be, for your success to be, for any kind of happiness to be, you must have people to sustain each other and one another. You must have a willingness to support and to love yourself first, so that you then can come into a tribe and bring that energy and that love and support to everyone else. That's key with the self-love. And that's a sustainability too. A self-sustainability as well as the sustainability of people depending on people in life. But there's a difference in being in a tribe and there's somebody or a bunch of people who feel like leeches, who are like energy vampires and zap all of the energy from everyone when you're talking. And there are some people who can feel and say many different things, but your tribe and who those people are is key in life. We are not an island by ourselves. We have an earth that is sustained by the people, the minerals that are naturally growing in that earth, the sun, the rain, all of the elements, the winter, the fall. The earth is sustained by these seasons. It's a cyclical give and receive. So that's the first thing that I want to say. The second thing I want to say, there are many African descendant beings who have been joining the flowers, or this thing called the flower. And I do want to warn you all, I do want to come with a warning, and this is something that me and my team, we are working on we actually have come up with a really great solution. But I do want to say this to people who are joining. It's not that I don't believe in it. It's that whoever created the flower, the first person who came up with this whole concept of a flower, left out very important information. And I think they might have, I don't know what their intention is, so I'm just not going to try to say matter of factly what that was, but I intuit or assume that maybe they thought that if the right kind of mindset of people, and the mindset I'm talking about is understanding that the collective, the parts make up the whole and make up the collective. The collective is made by the sustainability of the people, of folks bringing in their ideas, their intelligence, their skill sets, all of these things. And I believe that they might have thought that, okay, well, if you have folks who get that, who understand that, then, right, like it's going to sustain itself. This is a brilliant idea. But what they didn't account for was the equation. Everything in life is mathematical. Everything in life is mathematical. And so there are mathematical equations as well as other kind of life and human era equations that were not accounted for the flower. So the first thing you should know is that, and maybe some people can see this and they get it right away, but for those of you like me who didn't quite see this, and you would not have known until you were already in your flower and it was operating, is that the flower splits actually into 4 other small flowers. So yeah, 16, but really there are 32 people, right, waiting, 8 fires that are needed to water those 4 airs who moved up into the earth position at the same time, which is not explained in the flower. That's the first flaw. For those, again, for those of you who just didn't see that and who thought like, oh yeah, well, it's only two people in the earth position, and you know, yeah, it has to split because two people are being watered on one side here and then the other side there. But there's actually two people on side A and two people on side B that are being watered. So that's the first thing. The next thing is that your flower is not necessarily locked in with the 8 people who watered you when they came into your flower. Your flower is locked in. Yes, those 8 people will continue to pay you, but they're only going to continue to pay you when they get 8 people to water them, and those 8 people get 8 people to water them, so that they can pay your fires and your fires can pay you, and so forth and so forth. So it is absolutely dependent upon the integrity of the folks coming in and the mindset and the intentions of the folks coming in. Most of us, because we have not been taught how money works, how finances work, you know, and I'm not attacking your reason, because everybody's why is different. But I can tell you that if you come into this thing, into a small flower that's being formed, and you have this idea that you are just in it to get your money and to get paid, and you really don't care, because for you like, this gonna be the cash cow for me, and I'm gonna recruit people, and I'm going to just like, okay, I'm giving this $500 out of desperation, but I'm expecting it back, because it ain't no damn gift. Okay, I'm gonna say a gift because you seeing a gift, but this ain't no gift for me. Like for me, I you know, I gave somebody $500, I want my 4,000. Wrong kind of, now I want to say wrong, because again, I don't control human interpretation. So for those of you who have flowers, please keep in mind that this is part of a flaw that happens, that you know, you're not necessarily, oh, look at that light, that you don't necessarily see when you are first coming into your flower, right? And people who think like that, who are just like, yo, what's in it for me? Because I'm giving you $500, but this really ain't no gift. Because if I don't get what you told me or what I saw in the video say, I'm going to get $4,000. If I don't get that back, that's going to be an issue. Well, it's going to be an issue. And you are going to have problems with the people sustaining your flower or staying in your flower. So if you look at it like it's a risk and it's a gift, and I understand the law of cause and effect, that I am the cause of every outcome in my life, everything that has happened, every all of it. I am the cause and the effect, and that giving and receiving are one. Giving and receiving, they're one. So if you get that'll be really helpful moving forward in managing your flower. Other thing is that, what was the other flaw? Oh, the numbers. Know your numbers. It takes 120 people to completely water a flower. Completely water a flower. That means person in the water position, the 4 people in the earth, your airs, and your fires. All for those people to get watered, because it's 15 people that's on that flower. Those 15 people would need 8 people. That's 120 people. Okay? So you technically need 120 people, right? Based off of that 15. And I had this theory that, what if they didn't tell you that you needed 2, but that you actually needed 8 people? What if you talked to 8 people in your circle and you came up with your why? You came up with like this idea of, hey, listen, this is what, it's almost like crowdfunding, right? And I'm asking for your gift. I'm asking you to gift me $500, $200, $100, $25, $50, whatever you want to call it. You go into these people, these 8 people, you say, hey, can you gift me 500? Hey, can you gift me 100? And the money that you gift me will be going towards this thing right here, right? For me, I've been in a space of, struggling financially for a very long time and needing to move for my mental health sanity, for my children's growth and their mental health sanity, and being able to be in a space, not a crammed apartment where they don't fix things. Your landlord is a slum guy. Like, I have a slumlord pretty much, I feel, because there's things in here that they don't fix, and I don't want to digress. But I am moving by the end of the year into my own house, and it has been 8 years that I have been back home with my mother. And I'm a 44-year-old. I'm about to be 44 years old, and it's just like, it's time. 2 women that have 2 different ways of living and being, it's hard for them to share space. So my why is giving my children not just a home or a house, but leaving them assets, leaving them multiple assets that create legacies, generational wealth, legacies of wealth, generational wealth, multiple streams of income, residual income, whatever you want to call it. That is my why, because I want my children to fully understand what it means to be enfranchised. And so that is my why. I am creating enfranchisement within myself, within my children, and within the community of folks who are following me. So the numbers are important to know. You need 120 people for one flower to be watered. And this whole concept of waiting a week, having somebody wait a week for your 2 to come in, it's not necessary. So why other flowers are flourishing and thriving is because they created some type of a momentum, an incentive that got people flocking in. And if you don't have an influx of people waiting to come in, it's not really going to thrive and work. But there is an end game. And the people, here's the other part of the flower that's not revealed. The people who are watered will have to pay the people in the fire position. And unless the earth and the air get paid, they're going to have to pay the earth people and the air people too. And that is just what's going to happen when a flower ends. Okay? The other thing is that you can come back into your flower. And so that's another way to keep it thriving. And that will just be inevitable, right? And it's passive income. But if you can see it as a gift, and like, okay, I'm giving this gift out of the strong kindness of my heart for my friend who is part of my tribe, who I've known and loved dearly for 15 years, 10 years, 20 years, whatever the years are. I love this person. And I wholeheartedly believe in what it is they're doing. You're not going to be coming with a desperation when the flower falls or dismantles because somebody, their 2 people, was not reliable and wasn't in integrity. You also got to surround yourself, you all, and you have to learn how money flows and works when you're on a flower. So you're going to have to invest in a financial literacy course. You're going to have to take some classes, and you're going to have to invest your people. You're going to have to share that investment with your people. That's on your quote unquote flower. Call it something else. But you will have to do that. If you don't do that, these things, all of these things, and you don't know these things, because see, I wish somebody would have told me these things, because I would have come up with the solution I came up with for our flower, which I'm not going to share here, but the solution that we came up with would have already been set in place at the beginning had I known this information. You just want to be able to make decisions and educated decisions, because just like my brother Neo, the VCO, and my good brother KB just said, Information is, I mean, it is infinite knowledge and keys to the kingdoms. When you don't know something, it truly is a matter of your business being liable and paying thousands, hundreds of dollars back via knowing something and being able to maximize off of that knowledge and take that and grow your business exponentially. Because there's no way that we make up $3.2 trillion right now in consumer consumption, and we're only 12% of the GDP income. What? $20,000 is the average, $25,000 a year is the average income for a black family? A family? The savings right now that we come up to after we pay all our bills is $8? No go. No go. But I make up $3.2 trillion of the world's wealth, everybody else's wealth. So get on those jewels, people. I'm sharing this. You don't have to listen to me. It's fine. But that is just what I was able to discover with my particular flower. And now we have something really amazing that we just came up with where everybody does win. And I am not going to be, I'm very unapologetic when I say your tribe. Who is your tribe? Because you need them to sustain you in life, period. We need everybody in this damn ecosystem, solar system, to do what they are purposed here to do. Your soul had a purpose. Whatever you are purposed here to do, we need you to do that. And I'm going to magnify and attract and be with people like that. And that will determine how we are growing as a unit. But all of the parts make up the whole. We are parts of the Creator. And we make up those itty bitty parts of this Creator and cell formation, cellular formation, protons, neutrons, electrons, atoms in the body. Like we are the particles of that nothingness, expansiveness, unlimitlessness that's out there in the universe. Like when I think about that, I smile, I cheese so hard, because the idea of that I am that. I am that particle that makes up that whole. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, people. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. Know before you go. Know before you join. Set your intention. Know your tribe. Respect your tribe. And everybody in the tribe, grow each other up. Peace, love, and light.